Charlie Munger, one of the smartest minds in modern history. Honestly, I've learned so much from Charlie throughout the years, watching interviews from him. And then I got this book, Poor Charlie's Almanack, which is literally a compilation of, 99 years of wisdom, basically packed into this book. Charlie recently passed away. He almost hit 100 years old. And he gave us so much. He gave us lessons for life. And today, I actually want to walk through Charlie's prescriptions for misery. I think that the way he put this, the way he, kind of uses this as a humorous way to tell us, these are the things that you should do if you want to be miserable. I think it's pretty clever, and it's classic Charlie Munger. If you guys don't know who he is, by the way, I'm sure most of you do know, Warren Buffett's business partner. Buffett gets all the credit, right? He's in the spotlight. He's one of the richest men in the world, but he credits a lot of his success to Charlie and the things that Charlie taught him throughout the years. So let's jump right into it. These are the prescriptions if you want to live a miserable life. So before I get into it, Charlie kind of resonates with these three principles for sure misery, which include ingesting chemicals in an effort to alter your mood or perception, envy, and resentment. And he strongly agrees with these three principles. And boy, do I know these three principles as well. I used to ingest chemicals myself in an effort to alter mood or perception. I remember, always needing, my hit of nicotine or my weed to, make me feel better, for me to calm down, right? Because, I couldn't handle anything difficult, and I needed some stress relievers every time that things got hard. Envy, the second one. Guys, this one is something that, man, it is so deadly. And I've heard it repeated, not just by Charlie a lot, but by every successful person that I've listened to. Envy is the thing that will ruin you. It is so destructive. And I know so many people who are envious of others, right? When other people are winning, they talk behind their back, or they, secretly want them to lose. You know how many people think that way? It is insane. When you are winning, guys, there are people out there who are literally praying that you fail. And that's just the reality of the world. Even people that you're super close with are still going to be envious in a lot of cases. And there are certain ways that you can detect that, right? Understanding psychology, right? When you're talking with someone in person about your successes and how much you're moving forward in life, how do they look, right? What are their facial, what does their face look like? Are they looking down? Are they looking away? Can they not handle that you're succeeding, right? Are they not smiling and being genuinely happy for you, looking you in the eyes? You need to watch out for these things, guys. And then the third thing, resentment. Guys, we can't hold on to resentment, man. We gotta forgive and forget, right? And I get it. There's certain things that happen to you in life. There's certain things that people do to you, and you have every right to cut them out of your life. I've done that, totally cut people out, but I don't hold resentment toward them, right? It's just that we went down different paths, and life is taking us in different directions. They don't want what I want. I don't want what they want. That's all right. But just make sure not to hold on to that resentment. So let's get into the things that, these are principles that Charlie followed, avoiding those three things. But I want to talk about Charlie's prescription, his own three prescriptions for a miserable life. Or actually, we got four here. So the first one, be unreliable. Charlie says, do not faithfully do what you have engaged to do. If you will only master this one habit, you will more than counterbalance the combined effort of all your virtues, howsoever great. So guys, our ability to be reliable, to be someone who people can count on, is super important. Charlie emphasizes that here. Like, without our reputation, we're nothing. We're nothing. We have to be, if you're a man, we have to be men of honor. If you're a woman, same thing. You have to be honorable. You have to be someone that people can rely on and can count on. And once you prove to people over and over again that you are that person, right, they're going to come to you. They're going to come to you. Opportunities are going to come your way, right? Just like in business, right? I run a marketing agency. If I'm known as the guy in the industry I work with for marketing, and I have, so many people who vouch for me, that I'm reliable, that I'm, on top of it, right? Opportunity is just going to come my way. No longer am I going to have to go out and seek opportunity, right? Still, I'm going to have to reach out. I'm going to have to, do whatever I need to do to get more clients. But they're going to start coming to me as well. So now you have those two channels, the outbound and the inbound, right? And that comes from being reliable. So let's talk about the next thing that Charlie describes here. So the next thing he says is this is the third one. Let's just start with the third one then. The third prescription to you for misery is to go down and stay down when you get your first, second, or third severe reverse in the battle of life. Guys, man, this one is so real. He goes on to say here, because there's so much adversity out there, even for the lucky and wise, this will guarantee that in due course, you will be permanently mired in misery. Guys, do I know this to be true, right? In my life, getting hit with adversity. The most recent example and the biggest example for me that I can think of is when my appendix ruptured, right? I'm in great physical shape. I'm shredded. I'm looking amazing, feeling good. Nothing can go wrong, right? Life's good. Just started my second year of university. And then 2 weeks into the school year, my appendix ruptures. And I lost 35 pounds. 35 pounds in like 10 days. I have before and after photos, literally a photo taken the day before I started getting sick, and then like 10 days later, and you can see the difference in my body. It is insane. So that was an example of adversity where I could have gotten hit and stayed down, right? Just like Charlie says here, if you want to live a miserable life, get hit, get knocked down and stay down. But I actually used it as an opportunity for rebirth, right? I treated it as if I had died, right? It was death and rebirth. And I emerged out the other side, a much stronger, more formidable human being. And man, the lessons that I learned from that and the things that I did after that, right? After that, I posted a YouTube, an Instagram video explaining, how painful it was for me, and just to let people know, like, hey, right? There's all this shit on social media. People's lives seem amazing, right? But we're all suffering. And my message was like, whatever you're going through, no matter what, you're going to rise out the other side. Trust me on that. And that was something that was life-changing for me. Life-changing for me. I used that as an opportunity to do something great, to become a better person, to rise above, who I was before. And man, I'm proud of the person I'm becoming. So I truly agree with that, with Charlie. And so I don't know where that so my second prescription, we're going back to the second one, is to learn everything you possibly can from your own experience, minimizing what you learn vicariously from the good and bad experiences of others, living and dead. This prescription is a sure shot producer of misery and second-rate achievement. So yeah, what Charlie's saying here is, I remember him having a quote where he said, I live amongst the eminent dead, right? Charlie, Charlie loved seeking wisdom from his own, predecessors, the people that came before him, the people that he looked up to, specifically Ben Franklin. That's why this book is called Poor Charlie's Almanack, right? Because Ben Franklin wrote a book called Poor Richard's Almanack, which I actually have over there. And it's an interesting read. It's a short read. Definitely something unique if you guys want, very old school, kind of a lot of good, funny humor in it. I would suggest looking into it. I'm a total nerd. That's why I had to get that book. But yeah, guys, Charlie was someone who heavily emphasized learning from the people that came before you, right? What he's saying here is stop thinking that you know everything, right? And learn the lessons of the past, from the people that came before you, people who did great things, right? Learn what they did. Understand the mistakes they made and how you can avoid those same mistakes. And take the advice that they're giving to you because, right, that advice is so valuable. And there's a common thread with success, right? Everyone who became successful studied the successful people before them. Like, all of them, right? They didn't just say, oh, I know everything. I'm going to learn from my own lessons and learn from my own life rather than learning from the lives of others. Charlie was a bookworm as well. He read tons of biographies. And that's actually what inspired me to start reading a ton of biographies, because I heard Charlie say that, and I also heard Elon Musk say that. Like, people are like, Elon, how did you learn about business? He's like, did you read a lot of business books? It's like, no, I just read biographies. Charlie was the same way. Total, just obsessed with reading. So yeah, guys. And then the final prescription, for you to live life, he says here, for you to live a life of fuzzy thinking and infelicity is to ignore a story they told me when I was very young about a rustic who said, I wish I knew where I was going to die, and then I'd never go there. Most people smile, as you did, at the rustic's ignorance and ignore his basic wisdom. If my experience is any guide, the rustic's approach is to be avoided at all costs by someone bent on misery. To help fail, you should discount as mere quirk with no useful message the method of the rustic, which is the same one used in Carson's speech. Okay, so I think what Charlie's saying here he's saying basically to see where, this one is actually difficult for me. I want you guys to leave a comment, letting me know what you think about this. But from what I can understand, is basically that you shouldn't always be, right, thinking about what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen to you. Instead, like, follow the blueprint, right? Like, go down the course, right? Because, and I think what he's also saying here is, like, be smart about things. Like, if you know what the outcome of your actions is going to be, and it's going to be a bad outcome, don't do that thing. I guess that's kind of what I'm taking away from it. But yeah, this was a very clever way of putting it. Let me say that one more time. My final prescription to you for a life of fuzzy thinking and infelicity is to ignore a story they told me when I was very young about a rustic who said, I wish I knew where I was going to die, and then I'd never go there. Most people smile, as you did, at the rustic's ignorance and ignore his basic wisdom. I'm going to let you guys sit on that, and I'm going to think about that today. I wish I knew where I was going to die, and I would never go there. Interesting. Anyways, guys, Poor Charlie's Almanack. I hope you enjoyed those 4 lessons to live a life of sure misery from Charlie himself. Charlie was always known as a wise ass, and I think that those prescriptions really kind of demonstrate the type of person he was. Charlie was awesome, and again, rest in peace, Charlie. We appreciate you, all the wisdom that you've left for us, and I hope that this video provided some value to you guys. Go get the book. Go get the book. There's so many lessons to learn here. It's unbelievable. And I'll make another video soon on it because there's a lot more. There's a lot more, and I'm planning on rereading this week. So, yeah, guys, appreciate you. This is Blaze of Science signing off. Hope you're loving the book reviews. I love making them for you. And, yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.